Hi everyone, my name is Miss Thompson, and for those of you who don't know me, I am the art teacher here at Imagine Avondale. For our first art project, we are going to revisit a video that I did during our first round of distance learning. For those of you who've already done it, this is going to give you a chance to try it again. And for those of you who didn't do it, I hope that you enjoy it. It's one of my favorites. Before we do that, however, we need to go over the elements of art that we talked about last year. Okay, so to review, these are the 7 elements of art that make up any artwork. Any artwork you see has at least one of these elements in it. Line, of course, contour line, it shows the outsides of objects. Shape, form, the difference between a shape and a form. A shape is flat. A form has 3 dimensions. Space, how you arrange things on your paper. Color, the color wheel, warm colors, cool colors, complementary colors, primary, secondary colors. Value, the lightness or darkness of a color. And then we have texture, which is either implied or real, the way something feels or it's made to look like it feels. This project that we're working on is dealing with line, of course, because we're drawing lines, but more importantly, it's all about shape. We are taking geometric shapes and we are making them organic.
Hey everybody, it's Miss Thompson, and the project we're going to do today is called Geometric to Organic. These are the things you will need. Some heavy paper, water is involved in this, so you want to make sure that you've got some good paper. A pencil and eraser, some geometric shapes, permanent black marker, washable markers, a straw, and a small amount of water. Go ahead and get those things, press pause, and then play again when you are ready.
Hey, I just want to give you a quick tip before you get started with this. If you're using a sketchbook, it would probably be a good idea. I know that I normally don't say this, but it might be a good idea to rip that page out of your sketchbook. You can always glue it back in later. Also, be careful with the amount of water that you're using. You need to add it drop by drop by drop. Otherwise, you're going to blow out the color and you're not going to get the effect we're looking for. Be patient. This is the kind of project that takes some time. You have time to work on it. Okay? So have fun with this and good luck.
All right, I've got my geometric shapes, and now I just want to arrange them on my paper in such a way that everything stays balanced, but I don't want anything too close together because I don't want to end up with a big brown mess. So I'm going to start with this card right here. Now I'm going to trace this lightly because our goal is actually to make the pencil marks disappear when we add our water. All right, I like the way that looks. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to decide what's overlapping what. So I think I want to keep this full circle, so I'm going to erase this line right here. That way it looks like the circle is overlapping, and I'm actually going to erase this line as well. All right, and I want my triangle to be on top of that rectangle. And actually, I'm gonna put that triangle on top of both of those shapes. And then the fingernail file can be on top of the square. Okay, so now we have our shapes. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to grab our markers and we are gonna start to color these. So I've got my plastic reusable straw here, and I've got some water. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my fingers in it and I'm going to drip it all over, and then I'm going to blow it in various directions in order to get this effect. Now remember, geometric shapes are mathematical. Squares, circles, triangles, these are mathematical shapes. Organic shapes are the things that we find in nature. All right, so we're going to change these from these very geometric shapes into something a little bit more organic. You don't want to use too much water because you don't want it to blow out and get turned into nothing but a big brown mess. So I'm just going to drip. Make sure there's some on every shape. And then I grab my straw and get to work. All right, now that you've got that taken care of, you just need to wait until it dries before we can do the next step.
Okay, so that's the first half of this project. I'm going to highly recommend that you wait until tomorrow to do the second half. However, you just need to make sure that your paper is fully dry before you go ahead and add that marker to it. I will put a picture of my Bitmoji classroom right after this video so that you can easily find your place to start on the second half of this when your paper is dry.
All right, now that my paper is dry, I have a Sharpie pen. I have a Sharpie pen here, or you can use one of these Sharpies too that's got the black tip on the end. Either one of those will work. I like the Sharpie pen because I feel like the tip lasts a little bit longer. So now what you're gonna do, now that it's dry, the last and final step is that we start outlining our organic shapes.
I hope you enjoyed that project. Remember, in order to get credit, you have to post a picture of your finished work. Also, I would like you to include, please, the elements of art that were used in creating this piece. There are more than two, but I need to see at least two, and there's one specifically that I'm looking for. And if you don't remember what they are, go back to the beginning of the video. I tell you straight up what the answer is. All right, have a great day. See you next week.